Hi, I'm Tom Hignite. This is another guerrilla shooting. It's going to be a very strange one because we have a very odd edit coming in the middle. I'll explain more about that later. The house behind me is a 2,050 square foot ranch that you've probably seen. If you haven't, you can see it in another one of our guerrilla videos. But the one that we built right next door is the same house, but with a different front. So this is our craftsman front. And this is sort of what we call a classic front. It looks sort of like a Floridian or a Southern California type home. A lot of woods, a lot of grays. Get a little different perspective. Step on over to the center. And this house is wheelchair accessible, although it doesn't appear to be so at first because you see these steps in front, 7 foot wide. But over here, it actually is accessible coming up off of the driveway. Oh, by the way, that noise you're hearing, we're trying to pull a truss truck out of the muck today. It rained a little bit last night, dropping off lumber. Just so you know, this is guerrilla shooting. We don't stop cameras, no script, no special lighting, a lot of rain. Let's come a little closer. This Floridian house has a great landscape technique, a little bit more of a contemporary. If you look over here, we've used a lot of stone on both sides. Step on up this way. The grass has just started growing with all this weather. So let's go around to the garage side. One of the main elements on this home is a laser water jet type aluminum that's been cut in designs. You can see some of it here, how it's backlit because it is an overcast day. You can see it backlit a little bit. Every side of the home has architectural interest going on. So here you see some things being done to the side of the home that give it architectural integrity and interest. If you go around this side, by the way, while we're walking, take a look at the concrete, how we've cut this into small sections, large sections. We've inserted, come on over, we've inserted some round stones into them, just to give sort of a neat contemporary sort of a look. If you look down this way at that stone bed, isn't that nice? Great look. If you look over here, you'll see how we've jogged the concrete in and out. Another one of the round circles over there. So these are nice planter beds. You don't have to plant things in them. You can just keep that contemporary look, but of course they're available for planting. We've put trees that we've planted between window views. We have a big window over here, master bedroom, window over on this house that has a great room, so we want it to block the way. By the way, this is another one of our homes over here. This is a customized version of these other two homes where we've taken and put 2 bedrooms up in the middle of the house, but the rest of the house on first floor sort of remains the same. So hopefully if you check around on our guerrilla videos, you'll find that one as well. Coming around to the side just a little bit, we're going to go off-road here onto the grass, onto the wet grass, and just get a peek at the back of the house from here. You can hear the frogs in the back. We have about 100 acres back here, although this is only a half-acre lot. The 100 acres is a wetland common area. And of all the time I've been out here, and we've built 6 or 7 homes out here now over the last 2 years, I swear I've never seen a mosquito. And people say, oh, we've got a wetland, it's probably going to be mosquitoes, but no, it isn't. You can see how we've broken up the color stripes back here. So even the back of the home has creative interest to it, architectural interest. You can see how we've got a very long deck board there and how we've carved out for a patio down below. And we put another tree on that side to take your window line from the house next door to the great room over here and create a little bit of blind spot in that way as well. If you look at the back of this house, you can see where the 2 bedrooms were put up over the middle of the house and how the great room over on your left side over here is completely open to the view. Master bedroom on the other side open to the view. Let's go around. Let's find the front door, shall we? This is a day when we're typically shooting the videos on the day before folks move in. It's a Monday. Tomorrow on Tuesday they move in. We have a 5:30 appointment today with the client of this home, potential new owners tomorrow to go through the home. You can see the wheelchair accessibility here. Again with another one of the round circles here, and we created a nice wide 5-foot sidewalk here. And again with the breaks in the concrete, you can see how we did a little bit of interest, not just the straight across, but every now and then we do a little cross piece. And when you come up here, we've done the same thing. Now if you look in this direction, you'll see that, you stay there, I'll walk over here. You can see that we have one area here, two areas there, three areas here. These are all front porch areas. The standard version of the home, which we're going to be building across the street, and which is closer to this one over here. You can see how that one doesn't have a front porch across it like this one does. It does have a front porch, but not this deep. The garage barely protrudes off the front of this design about one stall or less. So it really looks like you don't have much of a garage on this house, which I think adds a lot of classiness to this home, a little bit more older looking, because when you think about it, really old homes didn't have cars, they had horses, so they didn't have much of a garage on them at all. So this kind of reflects that. You can look at the aluminum, that's kind of the elephant in the room, as they say, the cut aluminum here. But these three areas, this area here is open. It's an open ceiling. This area here and this area here are not, but it has three spaces. This is a convertible front porch. You can convert open with these beautiful Pella doors. You can convert this to an open front porch. And if I swing that back and that back, you get the idea. If I were to swing this open here, you get the idea. And there is one more set of these gorgeous Pella front doors right over there. And we'll go and look at that right now. This open air section is kind of an interesting area. If we can step over. By the way, as we're stepping over, look at these raised stages made out of concrete to hold up some plants. These were beautiful the last fall. Not too beautiful now. Come on over here and take a look at the open air area. The open air area, stand right there. I'm going to go to the long version of this. The open air area is just that. Part of a front porch look, when you see it from the outside, you can't see that it's open air. Part of a front porch look that allows you to enjoy the sun and maybe have a cookout out here. So over here we've installed some outlets. We have an outlet over here. And one of the little surprise areas, if you go in that corner over there, would you? Right around the corner here, if this is open, and I will open it, let's see here. A couple of little latches, one here and one here, and these Pella doors just swing right open. Like that and like that. So if you're out here cooking, you're sitting at the table here, you can get a direct view to the TV that's on the front porch, which, by the way, if you wanted to leave the front doors open year-round, you could. The interior of the front porch is all built using hardy plank and various materials, just like the outside of a house we built. So this is very expensive square footage because of that little fact. Over here, surprise, surprise, I talked about the cookout out here. Well, here we have a refrigerator. Can you work your way around a little bit here? Let me move this chair for the cameraman. We have a little refrigerator. We have a nice sink, which, by the way, you can attach a hose onto so that you could squirt this out. And cabinet up here. It's just enough for you to put some cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, some things here for your cookout, maybe a drink at night. We have a light in here. This is heated. There's basement underneath this little area. So it's heated and air conditioned. And very handy. Okay, let's do this the proper way. Let's walk all the way around to the front door so you can get the impression as you come in, because this would be your visitor impression. And as we are all visitors to a house that doesn't belong to any of us in a day or so, let's get the visitor impression. So you're coming in, look at the ground. You have ceramic tile that looks like wood. And then as you come in, look up and down and all around. Come over here, reverse your angle, come back and look toward this, and see what we have going on here. How we've created this area for the doors to set back, which is also a little plant area in this case. And we have lighting up here with track lights that go all the way around and create the backlighting for that aluminum that I was talking about. The aluminum that has been cut out, custom designed by yours truly to work with this house and this house only. It has the shape of trees on it. Well, we just had an audio glitch where the sound went very weird, so we're back again. Hopefully we'll pick up where we left off. I was going to ask you to look at the floor down here. This is a ceramic wood look floor, and it's poured into the concrete, so we had to make a depression in this flat concrete. There's no basement under here. If you look over here, we have the same idea, where we have the wood floor, ceramic tile actually, so wood floor look going in here. The fireplace puts off a tremendous amount of heat, 20 cents an hour to use it. It can really heat the area. For heating and cooling though, you can use the rest of the house just opening up the doors. So this can be a 4-season room. This could be done a lot less money if we did not use the exterior materials out here. If we did this with other materials such as drywall. You can see we've got a fan over here. We have a fan up there that you saw a moment or two ago. TV over here. Let's get you over here into this corner so you can look all the way back into the open air area. Say that 3 times. Open air area here. And you can see how it goes up high here. Quite dramatic looking as you come into the home. We get that opinion all the time from folks because you have this very large area, receiving area here as people would come into the home. So you're able to close up the doors and seal yourself in with these beautiful Pella doors. And there we are. Front door over here being used as a front door would look like that. I love these 2 little contemporary looking side lights with rain glass, which is an obscured glass. It has the look of rain that's been on it. Nice little effect. We'll open this up and let's let you come in and get a complete view as you would if you were a visitor. I'll take off my shoes. I'm going to go to the far end of the room here. You keep coming in. We have had a lot of audio glitches. This is actually the second time we're doing this video in 2 days. We went back to put it online and found that half the audio was missing and just very glitchy. So if we do stop again, forgive us, but we can't do this for a 3rd time. We have movers waiting to pull this stuff out. So about 32 feet from where you are to I am. Let's go over in this corner if you would. I want to get you a real good view of the room. The wall of glass behind me here, starting with 8-foot patio doors and going to 4-foot panels. If you look up, by the way, isn't this gorgeous? Isn't that nice? There we have just the light shining down onto plastic crystals. A lot of these lights I'd gotten from Amazon. You can see these lights. We can adjust them in different ways with these cables. So if you wanted to adjust one like this and one like this, whatever. Sorry, I'm not quite tall enough for this portion of the video, but you can adjust them at angles and different things. You can pull them up so that they're not as far apart from each other or further down. We have lighting all over this room, and I think that's one of the big items in the room. You can see the aluminum that's behind here, as long as you're in that spot. This is aluminum panels from the outside of the home that I brought into the home. You can see the tree design, how I've mixed that up a little bit with these cut circles. And here we have the tall trees, put some grass at the bottom here. It's a very different look. I'll show you in a moment how we service the back of this, because this goes way in. And there's a back area in which to get to all the lighting that's behind there if you ever have to change a light bulb or do any servicing. The TV could be a much larger TV. This is, I think, a 49-inch or something of that nature. It's attached on the back, if you look around this direction, by a walling. And the walling goes straight through this big area. And so the metal, the brushed aluminum, is actually interrupted and goes around an arm that comes off the wall with all the electronics in it. You'll see that from the back side. If you take a look down, you'll see we have a vinyl type plank floor, which is the hottest thing going right now. This is a commercial grade. It's put in pieces, just like a wood floor would be. It has great impermeability to, is that a word? Anyway, it works great against water. How about that? We have a flooring through here that doesn't have to be this way, but we've made it so that it was all one type of flooring, so you could say, I don't want a dining room here. Say you just want to put a couple of wing-back chairs here facing each other with a small coffee table in between. Rearrange the room because we have a great dining area over here. Speaking of which, if you come over here, let me just pull this away, and you look, this is common to some of our other homes where we have this open area here. If I push this couch and table forward to about here, we can do that, consolidate this area. So for parties, you can seat 9 around here, 3, 4 there, 1 on each end. Normally though, you're sitting looking out into the great room, and at a regular kitchen, or regular, table height, 31 inches, regular table height. Fireplace here is great. If you lay here, you can get your feet warmed. If you sit here, you can get warmed. And on a kind of a damp day like today, it actually feels pretty good right about where I am right now. Let's look up at the ceiling at some of our other lighting. So we have these boxes hanging off of the ceiling. We have 3 of them, 1, 2, 3. And if you could trade places with me over where I am and look up at the back of this box, you'll see that we have a light that is facing off of it, kind of lightening up these great wall of windows here. Trying to make this so that you can, oh, cameraman's got to put his earphone back in. There we are. I blame it on guerrilla shooting for a 3rd time here today. You can see the lighting up here, the lighting on top of the shelves, the lighting on top of the shelves here, the triple lighting. Stand over here a little bit, I think you get a better angle of that. This triple lighting here, box, tall, 3 different heights. I think that works really great. This opening going down to the basement. Trying to give you a lot of looks in this house, in any house that I do. When I design them, I try to give you a look when you come in the front door that you see certain things. Let's look at this area as an inset for a hutch. If you didn't have the wall art on there, you could do a big long hutch. Now you could just do a buffet. Long area here I've set up as a dining room, but doesn't have to be. The overlook area here, if you come around here, there's another little surprise area. We'll take this side of the house next. Stand over here, like where you come in, and we're going to look over in this direction, and you'll see a great piece of art that I put on this wall. This is backlit. If I turned off the front lights here, you can see a little bit of it there. But you notice how this archway, and yes, it's square, it's still called an archway in architecture. So we have this square archway here, and it visually centers that art onto your view as you come in. I think that that's one of those things I was talking about with giving a good view no matter where you look. So if you step back, you'll see that when you first come in, well, let's go over where you first come in. There you go. That you would get a peek of the basement. You see how that looks, 4-foot wide stairs. Nice heavy piece here. Take a look over here. Step in a couple. If you looked over this way, you would see an opening, and that's going to be that's a coat room. But we'll show you that in a moment. And if you look over this way, of course, you see this beautiful wall of windows, which is what will take your attention as you come in. But if you go and look in any direction, straight ahead, down, up. By the way, take a look up. You can see all of the interest straight ahead, the fireplace inviting you in. All of these, what I would call weenies that would attract you to it. All these items that say, well, I want to explore this house. If you come in a little further to this wall of art, come on in. Come on. Don't be afraid here. Okay, this wall of art is about 4 feet, well, 42 inches by about 7 feet tall, and it is a window behind it, and there's lighting behind that. I'll show you that after we get into the bathroom, because the other side of there's a toilet. So let's look at the front bedroom, which could be a den in many cases. And look at all the windows. Just stay right where you're at and just kind of absorb the room. You can see how the ceiling here is a little lowered, but we have lighting up around here. You can see how we have an obscured glass window here, and we have some obscured glass on the 2 bottom panes over here, so that the actual visual that you can see through is about 50% of the glass that's in here. This is an interesting door set, 3-foot wide door here, an extra 1 foot wide door here. This allows this house, I was mentioning before, to be wheelchair accessible, so you can get right in. One of these is low, so you can reach that nice and easy. Wheelchair accessibility. This will actually handle a queen size bed here without any issue, but we have it obviously decorated with just a twin. So if you look in this direction, this is where the TV would go. We have a nice door set back here. You can close that up. All solid oak doors in this house. And nice spot there to put a dresser. We put this door in far enough so you could put another dresser there, put your TV in the middle. Let's continue. Down the hallway, if this were wheelchair accessible or not, you know, this is made for either. We have a split set of doors there. We could have done this in one big door, but it's a little harder to use. It gets in your way. You have to step back. And if you had a wheelchair, that would not be easy to do. These are a glazed cabinet. We're using oak, which has a deep, get a little closer here, which has a deep grain to it. So you can see how the black catches in and how we've got the black catching into the edges here. It's not actually black, it's a dark cocoa, sort of a dark brown. We have a 42-inch wide door here, which is a pocket door. It really hides out of the way nicely. Corner guards in many spots in the home. And that 42-inch wide door leads into a hallway. We didn't put a door frame around it. There's no door frame on that side because we want this to feel just like you're walking in. We have a spot here for hampers, so you can put a couple of hampers underneath here. You have drawer bank over here, beautiful sink. This could become wheelchair accessible. This is a unique Kohler tub. It's 5.5 feet instead of 5 feet or 6 feet. We designed the whole home. One of the big features on this home is to give you daylight everywhere, so that you have daylight in the bathrooms. If your power were to give out, it's an overcast day here. If I turn off the lights, you can see a lot of daylight. This is that toilet area that the other side is featured on the hallway. So you can see how beautiful that is. Next to a lot of our toilets, we have an outlet. So in this case, you can do a little decorating idea. But if you had a wheelchair, this is an ideal area for that. Elongated raised toilet. The outlet is also for a bidet seat. So a lot of our toilets in this house, we put the outlet there. A lot of options in every house we show on these. Don't take anything I say as being that that's a standard piece of equipment. Fan in here, fan out there. While you're in that position, you can take a look at the light there. I'll turn off the light too so you can see it a little better. And then I'll turn it on quick. Maybe you can see it. It kind of blinds out the camera. There you are. Beautiful mirror. But we're not here about mirrors and lights. We're here about the rest of the house. We have tile in this entire area. And underneath here, we have sunk in the floor. So if you ever decided to retrofit to a smooth sunken shower, you can do that. We've got like a double floor in this area. So let's walk around the corner. As you come in here, this is the back bedroom. We've switched to carpet in here. Take a look up. We have a light area around the ceiling here, which is kind of pretty. See how that looks? You come over here, and we'll see how we have that area lit up from there. And we've used the full floor-to-ceiling. These floor-to-ceiling windows are very reminiscent of a skyscraper, so they're kind of a city look, or a contemporary city-ish type look. Obviously, the outside of the house does not look city. But it has a flair to it that looks contemporary, even though it is an old look. So we're mixing sort of an eclectic look. Queen bed in here. Why don't you stand in that corner over there, and I'll switch around with you here. Chrome hardware, which is a big item. I think it just looks gorgeous in these homes that are trying to be a little more contemporary. Lighted closets, of course. Same type of closet we talked about in the other bedroom. And there is a door over here. This is, I mentioned this a few moments ago. This wall is the back to the TV area. So take a look in here. This is how that armature arm coming off of the back wall is hiding behind the TV. Can you get an angle on that? Can you see that black TV over there? There you are. And by the way, this carpet, I can remove it, pull it out, clean it, vacuum it, and then just push it right back in. Okay, So that's kind of the reason for the carpet here. It's stiff enough. Those are the cabinets that are below it. You can see how the lighting works in there. And you can see the back side of the aluminum. You see those panels, how it has some writing on it? There you are. That's how it looks when it's raw aluminum. Okay. I'm going to come back into the hallway here and stop for a moment. Again, very unorthodox, but we're having trouble with our audio, so we're going to stop the video and we're going to take a look at our audio. So we'll be right back. Well, how about that audio check works? Okay, we're still good on audio. You just remind me, just call out if you can't hear me anymore. So here you're seeing the plant shelves, the dining room. I don't know if we got a perspective of this whole room, but I think we did. We're going to spin around and get the coat room. So let's get the coat room over here. The coat room is doorless. And I love the doorless ideas. I've seen them in movie theaters when you're going into the bathroom, you don't have doors anymore. Kind of inspired me to do this. So we have a full window over here. And you can see how this kind of looks. When you come around the corner, then you have a coat room. And we have a nice little bench down here in which, you know, you can sit on that. We have a beautiful light. We have some cabinets over here that right now are just being used for everything under the sun. But these could be cleaning cabinets, or they could be for your mittens and scarves and that kind of thing. So let's head around this direction. Well, I fooled you. I was pointing that way, but meaning this way. So you see where that goes? Now come into here. We'll go back to the coat room in a moment. Let's say that you're a visitor. All right, you're going to come around here. Okay, go back to visiting position there, visitor. And you're coming around the corner, and we've hidden the kitchen, but we've done a peek over. You see how this is over the top here? So when you're at the front door, you can see that there's more beyond. You can actually see that window over there. But we want you to discover things. So as you're discovering things, come around the corner, and then you see the kitchen. I mean, do you really want to see your pots and pans and stuff that you're working on from your front door? No, you want to keep this sort of secondary. So the kitchen itself is not a large kitchen, but it has the appearance of being a very large kitchen because we have a lot of countertop space. We have a countertop over here. We have the full extension glide drawers, the dovetail construction, the soft close pretty much becoming the standard of the industry. Big wide drawers over here. We have a wet bar over here with a great looking wine grotto type refrigerator over here, some cabinets over the top. One of the things we're doing is mixing the gray color in this house with an espresso, which is sort of a darker color. But the color is one thing, but I love the textures, how this is smooth, and this has a distinct grain to it. That's where the oak comes in. And you can see that even better as you swing around and look at what we've done back here. See how that's lit up so nicely? Next to another one of those, and just creates a nice look. We're using our Frigidaire gallery type appliances, French door here, and nice sized pantry, so take a peek in there. This house is real similar. This is what I call a chassis house, and it's my own terminology. But we've created a certain chassis, just like they might do in the automotive industry, and then they build several vehicles on top of it. So this house, in this main floor, 32 by 32 box area, can be done in several different houses. We do this in a two-story. It doesn't have the tall ceiling always, but it can. We do that in a 2 bedrooms up version, master first floor, which is right next door, the one we kind of looked at before. And we do it in, so it's in the ranch, of course, which we're in right now. So you have all three of them. And whether you look at the homes, they're all set up sort of the same, very ergonomic. The cook here, for example, when I say ergonomic, means that you can take items right from there into the dishwasher, right from the dishwasher, put them away into the cabinet, put them into the silverware drawer. You can take and put silverware then transferred right to the table. So everything's transferring over to the right, to the right, and to the right. And then if you drop something or have some stuff to clean up, having a party situation, we have a basket over here and a refrigerator over there. Now why is that important in a party situation? It's important because you're going to have people that are going to be coming in here to get something out of the refrigerator, and you're going to be having people who are going to be coming in here to throw something away. So your throwaway in your refrigerator is on the outside, leaving the cook's area for the hard work to be right here. This is a great 42 inch by 4 foot type island. You can make this much bigger if you wanted to. You can do whatever you want. We customize all the time. Nice big window over here. This blast of light is a great item. At night, you can see the blast of light. Technical term is it is not, but all the track lights that really light up this area at night. So the granite countertops, everything just looks great at night. You can see behind here from that angle how we have the back of the fireplace lighted as well with a blast of light that goes all the way up 12 feet to the top of the ceiling. And we have another one of those on the other side of the fireplace. So that's sort of the overview of the kitchen. Let's go down the hallway here. Look at the different things we have going here with architectural interest with our lighting that's kind of concealed back by this hallway. We're going from a 12-foot area into a 10-foot area, into an 8-foot area in the laundry room. Laundry room is positioned so that it's nice and easy to get to from the master bedroom. That way if you need to get socks or something in the morning, you've got it. It's also in a great position for workability from the kitchen. So from the kitchen master bedroom, this is like right in between. Great looking handles on the cabinets. These aluminum side mounted pieces. Piece of cabinetry, or piece of a countertop, excuse me, here with hanging over it. We have a window over here with the obscured glass, which looks into the patio area. So you could take, of course, and just that open front porch area, reminiscent of a patio. On the floor here, we have what looks like bamboo flooring, and it's a great fiberglass vinyl type product. It has a deep embossment in it. It actually feels like you're walking on something like bamboo. In the hallway here, around the corner, you're coming in from the garage, cell phone recharger. Put your purse in here. It goes very deep in here. It looks like it doesn't go that deep. We're actually going into the wall with the cabinet. It's about 12 inches deep, so you can put a purse in there. You can put some glass shelves there if you want for some key holders. Let's go into the garage. Garage has a wheelchair ramp going all the way down here. Excuse me. So you can get in and out, but if you're carrying groceries, it's a nice way to go too. This is sort of the single stall here, and all the way over here, it's a double stalls, goes a little wider here. That window that you see over here with the lights over it, those lights are to give you lighting out on that front patio dining area so that you have this being a wall of light. We could have put aluminum over that as well. We just didn't get that far. Just like these lights here, you see the track lights? So at night, your windows are lit up. You can turn those on from the front hallway so that you can light up your exterior windows without having to turn on the rest of your garage lights. And I think that's just kind of a nice look. So coming up, we have, oh, I missed another item here. Yes, if you look down here, is the stairs going down to our basement storage area. So we'll get to that when we get down to the basement in a little bit. Stepping back up here, we're coming into the end of this tour on first floor as we go to the master bedroom. And close the door. By the way, did I mention it's a 42-inch wide door? I know I said we had one on the other side of the home in that pocket door. This is a wide one too, because if you're coming in here, it's just easier to get in. But if you want to cut a corner with a wheelchair, you're going to kind of need that space. So there you are. 36-inch closet. This is an excess closet. The excess closet could of course be someplace for you to hang your clothes, your coats, but it could be a cleaning closet. Because as you come in this door, if you're coming in the door let me bring you back to the door again. You're getting dizzy here yet? I'm pushing you all around. Come back to the door, pretend like you're coming in, and let's say you're coming in with your hats and gloves and coats and that kind of thing. Let's go to the coat room. Okay? The coat room can't be seen from the kitchen, but it can be seen very well as you're coming in here. So come on in here. See how that goes? And then this goes through to the front door. Is that all making sense to you? Corner guard on here, so you're not wearing your corners. Another corner guard on here, in case you're coming in from the back door. You don't want to wear that corner. So let's close that. Lighting over the top here, I think that's beautiful. And this here is also pretty nice, I think. This gives you a great look for getting the daylight into the middle of the hall. So if I were to turn off all the lights here and there, you can see we still have daylight in there that's going to filter into the hallway. That's one of my efforts to try to keep the whole house lit up. So I'm stealing light from a well-lit room, daylight room, in this room, bringing it into the hallway. Okay, coming into the master bedroom. It's unorthodox, and what here today has not been unorthodox, right? So come on in, take a look around. This is the sleeping area. Okay. Listen to that music. Oh, it makes me want to go to sleep. Anyway, the sleeping area, let's get you into that corner over here if we can. With, again, a wall of windows. Because it is so overcast today, it helps us a little bit in being able to see outside. When it's bright, it's really hard to see outside. One of the more difficult things to do with a bed, master bed, when you have a view like this, which is of the woods, but sometimes we do lake homes, and lake homes need to have a view, or generally want a view from the bed to the lake. But then if you're a TV watcher, hard to do, because if you put a TV here, it blocks out your view. If you put a TV in the corner, it blocks out your view. So where do you put the TV? This is designed for the TV, and this could be 90 inches if you like. Now that's kind of hard to explain because this is not a 90-inch wall here, but it's made to be unorthodox. So let's use this as a potential TV. It's not quite the right, dimensions and things, but just for the concept, okay? This might be a 60-inch TV if it wasn't quite this tall, but about this wide. You put it on the wall. You can either lean it to this side and have it overhang here, or, this is my preference, I wouldn't lean it over here. This was meant to do this. Now forget about the light shining through there. But if you have a 60-inch TV here, a 70-inch TV here, an 80 or 90-inch TV would go all the way over to here. So this is, if I just had a piece of art, I would block that so you wouldn't see the light behind it, and I'd put my art like this, because it's a great way to backlight and have a really nice effect. But you can see that from the bed on an angle. Now we have other ways we can accomplish it too, by doing an elevator TV and various things, but this is a good way to do it. Opening window here, opening window on the other side over here, and if you look up, you'll see we have these box beams here. We have a great box beam here. Get in this corner if you would, get a shot of that. This is an acoustical box beam, but it's also a beautiful visual box beam. It just sticks out in the middle of the room, goes over the top of this wall. Does that look a little crooked to you? Quite a bit crooked to me. Anyway, it goes over the top of this 8-foot high wall here. And by the way, that wall is also lit from below, which has a switch next to the bed. This is made for a king size, this is only a queen. Another switch over there to light up on and off this night light. So many different lighting combinations. Again, thanks to our overcast day, we can see some of them. That lighting that brings your eye all the way up the room right there. Very unusual. You can see the switches are there. This one, of course, you already saw. There are lights on top of this beam that's going through the room that stops some of the noise from vibrating. So on top of this acoustical beam, you can see how the ceiling just lights up. And then other lights as well. So let's, did we get all 4 corners? Go over in this area here. Take a look over here. So this is just the sleeping area. It should have 2 side tables. We're already carrying things out. Beautiful Frank Lloyd Wright art there. You can see how we've got the box beam being repeated here. And on the ceiling, we have, step back a couple of steps there. You can see how we have this box beam in color kind of going here and going up, across, and all the way out into this area. Now let's get over here and take a look at that shot. See how that's all working? Box beam, a little bit of detail of some extra layer of drywall here, a little bit of extra layer of drywall here, so it gives you the box beam effect. Coming out here, this light is very important. It is made out of a metal, probably aluminum, but it only reflects your light downward. So if you come into this room and you are, your spouse is sleeping in there, this is made so you can be a split shift master. Somebody can sleep, somebody can turn on and off the light. Over here, we have the spot for the hampers. Beautiful Corian. I know that Corian is not a huge in thing now, but believe me, I love it because it has a different look than the marble, and it also has all the sinks integrated into it, and it does a great job with the lighting here. You notice how we brought our lighting over the top instead of out at you, and that way the light that is here doesn't reflect into the rest of the room. We have the towel cabinet over here, again with those great handles I love so much, and a lot of big drawers, you know, over here. So this is a space over here for your 6-foot dresser. So where do you put your furniture in the room? I always design with furniture in mind. 6-foot dresser with mirror, pocket door there. The tall chest of drawers can go in one of two areas. It can go either where this is here. You can stand over there, just move back that way a couple of steps. It can either go here, so your light just shows out of either side of your tall chest of drawers, assuming you have a tall chest of drawers, as many people do. You notice how we're changing from carpet, which is a great commercial grade. It has the weave of waves in it, just a great grade. And then a little dust over here. Then we have the look of wood in a grade wood, but this is ceramic tile down here. See a little bit of wood graining to it, not real heavy. Carries through into here. This is a second area for the tall chest of drawers. It could go right here. Take this out of here, but we do have this set up. It could be a makeup table. Tall ceiling in here, again 10 feet. Little build out here, just a 12-inch wide to imitate the beam effect that we're taking through this room, trying to create that theme. There's a window over here. Some people miss this. If you come over here, we're trying to get the light. Remember now my idea of getting light in everywhere? So if you turned off all the lights, you'd still get daylight transferring into the shower area. Now the shower area is about 6.5 feet by about 3 feet. Sometimes, by the way, the spray is going this way. It's a sunken floor so that the spray is going to all come right back in here. We don't have the little ledge. This could be made deeper. The garage is on the other side. When we built it next door, the folks said, we want this about 1 foot wider, so we made it wider. We can make it longer, we can put a tub in here, although many people aren't doing tubs anymore, but you can do just about whatever you want. The basement is our next spot we're going to go. We finished the upstairs, so let's go down the hall from the master, travel through slowly, take a look at the ceilings one more time from that angle, come on into this area. Some marvelous lighting down there over the basement bar, and we're going to get to this point, and guess what? You're going to see me change my shirt right now. Remember I talked about all the glitches, how we did some shooting here yesterday and we found out how the whole thing didn't work. We had to come back and reshoot. This is actually the reshot area that you've just seen. Yesterday we shot down there. I had a black shirt on and it was a little different. We had furniture down there. We don't have furniture down there. We've taken it out since. So we're going to cut right here, and next shot you're going to see me walking down the stairs. I'll go down, you stay there and come to follow me in a moment so I can give you an idea of length. All right. Ooh, you can't smell that, but I smell a great smelling candle down here. See what we've done with the coloring as we come down, how we've changed things, how you're getting a peek over the bar area. A lot of the furniture was taken out of this home this morning. We put some of it back in because the movers didn't realize we were going to be doing a shoot here. We had this is a pool table area. We had a hockey table here, air hockey table. But this is a great room, and the great room works so wonderfully. If you looked at our other video from next door, we had this with an epoxy floor in it. This is being done with a fiberglass backed vinyl floor. You can see how we've changed the direction here from the sheet goods. These are sheet goods. These aren't put in piece by piece. This is one long sheet, but it has a deep embossment in it. And by putting this second layer over it or cutting it in, it really gives a nice luxurious look to it. You can put some tables around the corners. The exposed wall here, this wall would not have to be made out of concrete. We did that just because I wanted to get this brick pattern to match the rest of the brick patterns that we have going around. This is table area here is quite obvious because there is a table here. But this would normally be 2 couches here. You can see we brought in these lightweight areas just to give you an idea. But we had couches here and we had a recliner there. This will fit a projector. You can see up here how we've got that worked out. So you could put a projector and do a very large screen here. But here we just had a TV on the wall, 50, 60 inch, something like that. These type of things are hanging into concrete because this is all concrete. We've just painted the concrete to look like a reclaimed concrete. If you were to stand over here for a moment, kind of where the TV screen is, everybody at the bar has the ability to spin around like this and watch that big screen right past the other person. So I've aimed the bar from both sides so that you can sit here, put your arm aside, watch, you're looking past the other person, everybody can see the big screen. And one of my favorite things, stay there again, about the bar viewability to that big screen area is that I've created another bar inside the bar. So the bartender can sit here and watch the screen, play cards, work on the laptop, do whatever they want to do here. Put in a little bit larger sink than a normal smaller bar sink, which is a little smaller. Ran all the electronics from there and from a TV area back here underneath the concrete into this area over here with a tube that comes in so that you can, yeah, you don't need to look at it at this moment, but believe me, we have some electronic. So if you get some electronic conduits that come underneath from both areas. This is a stove area, cooking area. You can see how this goes into the wall. Take a look over here. This would normally be a full refrigerator, ice and water in the door. Nice stove over here, some spice area here, microwave here. Here's the spice area. Tray area for cookie trays over here. Big drawer over here. And if you stand over there, you'll get the reverse view of what we have with the ability to use that. Let's make this fast because we are down to our last 5 minutes on that video on what we have left for time. So if I give out on you, that's what happened, all right? That's the glories of guerrilla shooting. Down this hallway here, we have 2 bedrooms. We have a bedroom here, and they look very unusual in size, but trust me, each one fits a queen-size bed and all the necessary furniture. Queen-size bed here, a couple of furniture areas there and there. We won't do the full four-corner tour, but we'll give you a little bit of look. Solid doors, flush. You notice we changed our colors to this dark Kona colored or dark coffee. And nice walk-in closet carrying our brick look going into these rooms as well. Spot for the TV right across from the bed. Let's go down the hallway a bit. If you could take a quick peek into the bathroom here, you can go in without me because it's a little bit tight for a cameraman. But take a look at the deep cabinet over here. We have an elongated bowl down here. We have the electric outlet next to there. Really deep cabinet here for towels. So a 4-foot shower stall, conventional fiberglass, but just really nice with 3 drawers here. Nice for a smaller area. Nice sconces on the wall here. And here's the second bedroom. Spot here, this fits a queen-size bed. This can be taken out and this room can be made larger. We'll show you that in a moment from the other side. This is a spot for your TV. Actually, it plugs in here. You can overhang it a little bit into the window and get, that's why this is offset a little bit. You can overhang it and get a nice 42 inch or so in this room. And here is your closet. Beautiful light on the ceiling, by the way. Well, here we are, we're back again. This is where I was talking about how we glitched, the battery and everything ran out and we were done yesterday. So I'm picking up again. As we recall, we were looking at the nice lights in here. Let me turn that on and off so you can see what the, so my black shirt is now turned back into light green and we'll show the rest of it. These homes are all set up for furniture. So this knockout here, I call it a knockout because we could take this out of here, but this indentation fits a queen size bed. And the TV would go over here because it's always tough to figure out where a TV is going to go with all these angles. TV hookups here. We could either put a TV here, let it overhang. I may have gone over some of this in yesterday's. I've forgotten exactly what I've told you. I think I may have told you that. The clip corners here, this long entrance in, dresser would go on that wall. Everything works for furniture. So let's go look at the problem with ranches. Such a big basement, you're always tempted to finish everything out. And it looks like we finished everything out, right? A couple of bedrooms, all that stuff you saw in here. By the way, before I go into the storage area. Now let's do the storage area. I'm getting off track. Storage area here. Now the storage area, so the big problem is you finish out so much stuff and then there's nothing left for storage, right? So this area here is where our mechanicals mostly are, with your water heater and your furnace and that sort of thing. A little storage area under here. If you look over here, this is the understairs area. Some vinyl, some paint, some different things. This is where those drawers from the bar are going underneath the stairs area, protruding in there. You can see how we're working around beams and things. This is the basement stairs from the garage. Remember I showed that to you before we had the door open. And there we have it with the basement stairs from the garage. So if you're coming down here, here's where the main storage is. You come in here, this kind of just opens up, becomes this really large area. And if you see, it has a window here. If you get over in that corner, you'll see we have a steel beam here, and this is that knockout I was talking about where the queen bed would go on the other side of the wall. And you can stay there because you can take that out and put your wall continuing from here. You step back a little further, get that way in that corner, so you can get the whole view. And that way you can see how much room there'd still be for storage here. You'd still have 10 feet by 20 feet easy with a little angle cut on it. You can put the window in here. So if you want to do a big suite, now the folks moving into this home are going to be doing, I believe, an exercise room here. We haven't been hired yet officially to do that, but we do have it designed, and it looks like it's going to be built by us or someone else. So there you are. We have a great amount of space both in and out. The last thing I'll show you here as we wrap this up. Remember I said yesterday you just saw all the furniture in that room? It's gone. It's no more in there. So if you can see how the room looks bare now, we have taken out the glass table and the different things that we had in here. We had taken out some of it. We didn't have the pool table or anything here, and couches were a little different. Did I show you the storage area on this side? Don't know if I did. Behind this screen, there's one more storage area. As it pops to mind here, I don't know that we did. So we have our electric boxes back here, 2 of them. A lot of electric in this house. We have the back of the theater wall. You can see how we have tubes here to run materials back to the bar area and over to the movie projector area. This sits on the ceiling. This is some lighting back here. But those blue lights you see are what's lighting up those effect windows that are on each side of the movie screen. So we have the little hideaway here. I was going to make this doorless, but with the blue lights it would bleed through into there, so we put a door on it. Solid oak flush. Here we have the water meter coming in, nice and easy to get to. You stand in the other corner over there. And then we have the sump pump here, and sort of the business area of the house over here. Get back out into the lights. And there we are. And that's how those blue windows look with the spotlights from the other side showing through. So there you are, folks. We appreciate you coming through. This is Tom Hignite telling you to, till next time, build bold.